Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing well. My name is Samidi and I work as an information security engineer at Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team, or in short Sri Lanka CERT. Today I am going to talk about the topic building awareness on information protection during the pandemic and our experience on it. Now this is the structure of my presentation. I will start it with the definition to information protection. Then I will highlight the concerns we had on information protection before the outbreak. After that, I will explain the impact of COVID-19 on information protection. And I thought of describing some of the post-pandemic considerations as well. After that, I will highlight the importance of building awareness on information protection, and I will conclude the presentation with explaining some of the challenges we faced and the way we adjusted to the situation. First of all, let's see one of the definitions for information protection. According to NIST, information protection is the safeguarding of information and information systems from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction in order to provide integrity, confidentiality, and availability. Basically, it relates to mitigating risk through secure systems and architecture that eliminate or reduce vulnerabilities. So, when it comes to information protection, there are so many considerations. Some examples would be the form of information, whether it's in soft or hard format, mode of information, whether it's in stored mode or in transit, sensitivity or classification of information such as top secret, public, and so on and so forth. Up until the beginning of year 2020, we Sri Lankans had a different culture, I would say. In company-wise, majority of us had 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. jobs, which required us to report to the office on daily basis. In security perspective, organizations took physical security very seriously and invested money on various solutions such as implementing CCTV monitoring systems and implementing fingerprint scanners just to strengthen the perimeter security. And they have also invested huge amount of money in safeguarding the office network or the LAN. From individual perspective, most of us used to physically visit the relevant places when we wanted to purchase goods and services, pay utility bills, channel doctors, and for education as well. When it comes to banking, even though the younger generation preferred online banking, elders were not so comfortable with using online platforms for their banking needs. So, information protection was not much of a concern during those days. There were only few things to think of, such as securing physical ATM or credit card from being forged, and so on and so forth. With the rise of COVID-19, the working culture has drastically changed. Working from home has become the new norm. In our day-to-day life, things like online banking, online grocery shopping, online education, and audio or even video-based doctor channeling become normal activities. This is indeed the progress. However, it comes with its own set of challenges. For example, how secure is an employee's PC at home? How many people are accessing it at home? And are they sensible enough to not tamper with any official files? And how secure is his or her Wi-Fi or internet connection at home when working with sensitive company data? So the pandemic made organizations to look into the security of their information assets in a different angle. They start to think seriously about the security of their employees' PCs or other smart devices, security of employees' Wi-Fi and internet connection, security aspects of their email service, backup procedures, security aspects of document disposing, and the list goes on. With the current pandemic situation, it is not very practical for companies to totally rely on hardware and software solutions to mitigate cyber attacks. Because, as you may know, cyber attackers these days use highly sophisticated methods of targeting frontline employees or even CEOs, where most of them are not technically savvy. If an employee is not sufficiently educated in cybersecurity, they can fall victim to targeted attacks, exposing sensitive company data. And most of the cases, security breaches are blamed on human error, which proves the well-known saying, people to be the weakest link in cybersecurity. It is true that technology can filter out most attacks, but it cannot eliminate every threat, especially in a situation like this. And we shouldn't forget the employees represent the last line of defense, and that's why they should be educated on cybersecurity and how to deal with potential threats. This is not only applicable for organizations, but also applicable for individuals as well, because we are using online services and platforms daily basis. If one doesn't have a fair knowledge in potential threats and related risks, they can easily fall victim to various types of attacks exposing their personal and very sensitive information. So it is highly important to raise the awareness on information protection, regardless of one's job role or age. Sri Lanka CERT was conducting awareness programs and training programs for various types of audience, including professionals and general public, because we strongly believe that awareness plays a key role when it comes to protecting information assets. Before the outbreak of COVID-19, all of those awareness programs were face-to-face programs, which address audience with different levels of computer literacy. Then, during the initial days of the first complete lockdown, we faced few challenges. Availability of the resources is one of those challenges, because in order to reach audience during a lockdown, they should be at least equipped with a digital device and internet connection. However, there were and still there are people who doesn't have a laptop or even a smartphone. Internet connection is another huge challenge that we have faced, because some were not reachable due to signal issues. And knowledge in using online meeting platforms. Online meeting platforms were new to people. Even for companies, it took some time to adapt to online meeting platforms. So we adjusted according to the situation. As I mentioned earlier, work from home was a whole new concept for majority of Sri Lankans, mostly for public sector. When the government of Sri Lanka introduced work from home to government departments, one of the very first things we have done was to publish an advisory on work from home best practices, because we realized the risk associated with work from home if the users were not aware of information security. This advisory covered both end users and system administrators' functions, and it was circulated among all the government departments. We published this in our website also for other stakeholders' attention. We are continuing this practice throughout the situation and continuously issuing advisories or alerts via different platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook other than our website. This is to reach our constituents as much as possible. Other than that, we deliver tailored or customized training programs. For addressing professional crowd in both public and private sector, we use online media platforms. Since most of the companies are using such platforms for their own operational matters, we have the opportunity to reach their employees via the same platform. But when it comes to addressing general public, majority of them are not familiar with the online meeting platforms. However, most of them have been using social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube, apart from traditional TVs and radios. So we thought of using social media platforms to build awareness among the general public. We conduct Facebook live sessions, as well as we create short video clips and upload them to our official social media accounts, so that any interested party can refer them later. As of now, we are adapting to new means of reaching out public, and it is progressing. And finally, in case if you are interested in watching those video clips, please visit our official Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Just search by the name Sri Lanka CERT. With this small presentation, my aim was to give you an idea about the importance of building awareness on information protection during the pandemic and our experience on it. I hope there you have something new to think about. So thank you very much and have a great day ahead.